There's nothing that will make a man more self-conscious than being rejected. And why? Because why is he rejected? Well, obviously, Mother Nature, in the guise of that particular woman, has said, you're not so bad for a friend, but there's no reason that your genetic material should propagate itself into the future.
What's hypergamy? It's the desire of a woman to basically snag a mate of a higher social status, to climb up the social hierarchy insofar as their mates are concerned, right?
The socioeconomic status of a woman is determines almost zero of her attractiveness towards a man. Whereas the socioeconomic status of a man is a major determinant of his attractiveness towards a woman. And it isn't his wealth either, because that's been tested. It's his capacity to generate and be productive and to share, because that beats the hell out of wealth. Wealth can disappear, right? But the capacity to be productive and share, that's a much more important element. And why not be chosen on the basis of that, especially because women have to have infants, and infants make the woman dependent, and the woman is just looking logically, rationally, and from an evolutionary perspective for someone who's useful enough to lend a hand.
That's a red pill one. Will help you out. It'll make things a lot better for you. Accepting female nature is a big thing. Rollo hammered on hypergamy quite a bit this morning, but here's a really good visual of what that looks like. 80% of the banging's happening by 20% of the men. It's just fact of life, Even like a 1 out of 10 is gonna hammer for the stage up. That's what hypergamy is.
Why don't women think in terms of the king and queen system? It's a beautiful system. The system is, if I'm a man, okay, and I see a fucking bum woman, a woman has nothing, she's dumb, fucking, if I marry her, she's now the highest level she can be. She's the queen. You can't get higher than the queen.
Right.
It's a great position. Right. It's the baddest bitch in the land, but the queen is the king's bitch. But here's the reverse, and this is why these dominant women who can't find happiness is because the queen in the system, if it's just the queen, right, and the Queen of England is the queen because her father didn't have any sons, so he didn't have a king to take her, so she had his heir was a woman. So now she's the queen with no king. When she gets married, that guy is not the king. He's the queen's husband. Who doesn't get elevated to his highest position.
Right.
But hypergamy is running more and more rampant in recent years. We've gone from many women wanting a regular 3-bedroom bungalow in the suburbs to giant McMansions bought on debt that threaten to destroy the very fabric of our society. Hypergamy is expanding thanks to the banking system, and the majority of the voters in our society are females, and the politicians and governments in power have to pander to those female voters. Hypergamy and the global debt bubbles that we are exposed to today are all tied at the hip. Politicians want to hold on to their power, and women put them in that power to begin with. So the political leaders are essentially encouraging hypergamy by encouraging governments to spend more and more money and dole it out in the form of social programs, baby bonuses, and food stamps. The debt-based expansion of our society will come to an end at some point, and then our consumer-based economy will be exposed as an emperor with no clothes.